It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world.
Good morning to you. How are you doing? What time is it out there? Is it morning or afternoon or evening? Because right here in the beautiful city of Calabar, Nigeria precisely, it is morning. Yes, it is the Morning Star Breakfast Show where we inspire you, educate you, and of course we seek to enlighten you. Remember, it is a beautiful new month, but today happens to be the 2nd of February 2024, and it is the month of love, excess love. This month, no grief for anybody. Any fake love, no grief. Any yama love, no grief. You too, not give anybody yama love. Yes, I am Peace Smith reaching out to you on Starcross Television, and of course you can already see one handsome and one beautiful, fabulous. I zip my mouth, authentic. Because I can't have her contest with me for my fabulous title. So I'll have to start with the authentic one, because this month is a month of genuine love, so you have to check it. Anybody that is sending you love, check it. Anybody that is sending you gift, check it. Anything that, any energy that is not positive, check it out. So ensure you are authentic in whatever you're doing in this month of February. Let me start with her. Good morning to you, Sister Ruth. How are you doing?
Good morning to you. I'm fine.
You're welcome.
I'm fine. Good morning to you, brother.
Good morning to you, Sister
And
Ruth.
to you, our most beautiful, our most intelligent audience. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Peace has rightly said that this is the month of love. Remember, this love is not only tied to the ones you have, attachment to. It is universal. It is where you have to show, a real love to one another. Those on the street, those you don't even know. That is when you show love to them. Those people who can never repay you, even if it's pencil, even if it is pen, eraser, handkerchief, anything. Show love to people, all right? Not just to a particular person. And most importantly, do not forget to spend that day with God Almighty, because He is indeed our first love, and you cannot cheat on Him by, is it breaking up or I don't know, cheating on Him? I don't know what to say. Do not cheat on Him. Endeavor to spend your day, that day, with your first love, and be blessed. Don't cheat.
Don't cheat. That's the code. Don't cheat. And they're not saying don't cheat on the fellow human.
God is a very jealous God.
Yeah, of course. And that brought me to this question, or that brings me to this question. You said don't cheat on God. Can a man ever cheat on God? I mean, in terms of this love. When it comes to God, you give everything to God. But then we have human attachment, like affections and everything. So how can you balance that to ensure that you're not cheating on God, or perhaps you are not? Because they used to say that how can you love God when you don't love a fellow man like you. So when you are giving, this kind of, should I use the word filial love or something to a man, and then you have to give all the agape love to, give God the sincere love you need to. So how can you balance that up?
Okay, first, this is how to balance it.
Okay.
Since He is our first love, when you wake up in the morning, you say your prayers, you give Him all the praises, you let Him know that you love Him and that you hold Him so dear to your heart.
Yes, okay.
You're just saying this, fine, we know that He is God, He knows everything. He knows everything we do. So yeah, wake up in the morning, talk to Him, express, tell Him how much you love Him.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
and you know that His love is greater. But it's okay if you express yours. Don't place human above God. Place God above human. That way He will feel loved. Before you go about, showing your love to,
A fellow man.
What is it called? Agape love, right?
I think the year will be using
Eric, I
filial.
hope you are listening. Enrico.
We will be bringing
Enrico.
Eric, because I think this month is really, really a month that concerns both the gender, the female and the male gender. So in a situation where someone out there, maybe let's just say you are a female gender, and then your male counterpart is expecting you to give 100%. What do I mean by 100%? Maybe you have to go to watch and pray, and someone is saying, please not today. Or maybe you have to go for choir practice, and someone is saying, please not today, because of, some reasons that are not actually tangible. So it becomes a problem. At that point, you are placing human over God. So what Sister Ruth is saying, in whatever you do, God is first. God is number one. Then any other human affection comes, last or secondary. Is it
Jara, every
Jara.
other thing. You say every other thing that
not Jara? Yeah. So I have this question, because sometimes we preach love, your fellow human being. I have a brother that I love so much. I have a sister that I love so much. I have a mother, a father, and that I love so much. But when it comes to bank account, can you reveal the details of your bank account to them, knowing fully well that your brother might take some money without asking you, just because he has the 5-digit or the 4 digits to your account details and all of that? But I would like David Eric to come into the discussion while I officially introduce him. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? The professor in our midst, I'm loyal, sir.
Good morning to you, Sister. Peace.
Good morning.
Hello.
And good morning to you, Sister Ruth. You guys are looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And to our wonderful audience, good morning and welcome to Morning Star Breakfast Show. I have been hearing this rumor that welcome to the month of love. So I am of the opinion that what happened to January, there was no love.
Whoa.
What happened to March, is there no love?
Okay.
So we should be guided.
I know where you're coming.
I think the love starts from the beginning of
the year
to the end of the year, because these have affected so many Nigerians, so many people all over the world. They do more than themselves during the month of February. At the end of the day, they turn to run into so many problems. We are waiting to see what will happen
after 13.
Definitely, we are waiting to see.
Okay. So there was a question I threw to you before you came in. So the question was, would you as a man review your account details? I know you're not married now, so I won't be using spouse at this point. So would you review your account details maybe to your sister or your brother, just because you are expressing sincere love
First of all, to start with, my siblings, they know my ATM password.
Wow.
Yes, when I had an ATM, but for like 3 years I don't have an ATM.
So why? Okay, I think you told me the reason why you don't have.
I just don't want to have an ATM. So my siblings, they know my password to my ATM, but that does not give them the guarantee for them to go and remove money without my consent. Definitely, if they want it, they will always call, they'll take permission, and they will go and use it and get it. So I don't see any big deal there for you not to review with your family. It depends on the kind of bond you have in your family.
Not just
but
bond.
in the
underline the word trust.
Okay,
Trust.
I think
Not just
trust
bond.
is the
Yes,
point
that is
there.
it.
yes. But in the other family,
Yes, because
when
I
you
was like,
have-
what if you have
where
the
you,
family where...
where you have the wife,
Okay.
your wife has a very big license to remove your money at any point in time. So it's either you're showing her the normal money for usage that is in a particular account, and you have a separate account. Maybe she might not know, because if
Logic
your wife,
is coming in there.
No, he's being sincere.
if your wife needs an emergency money, she can always dash in and use your money. It's for the family. You understand? Even if it's not for the family, it's for extravagant activities, she can still use the money. The highest thing you will do is for you to complain.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
understand?
usually the man's money is for everyone.
Everybody.
Wow.
It is
And then
technically
the
sometimes,
women's money
yeah,
is
It's
for
for
them.
our
for
staff.
them and technically for the families sometimes when
yeah.
they
For
feel
the
that they
children
cannot
per
reach
se.
out to you, they will just there's nothing there after all. Normally, are you sure?
And they'll get it back from you,
They will
no
keep the
matter
bills for you, and they'll be like, I use this to get this, I use this to get this. So at a particular point in time, technically you will pay out.
Oh, okay.
You will
pay
pay
back.
out. Yeah.
Well, you talked about having
Sorry.
reviewed
Sorry.
your having reviewed your account details to your brother and sister, and Sister Ruth underlined the word trust
Yes.
there. So let's say maybe you had these siblings who could either take your money without your permission, or maybe they're so extravagant. Would you still reveal it to them? Remember, we were talking about genuine love, and now you're doing that because you have this level of trust, on them. So what
And
if
you know, in some family, some families have that one person who don't like taking permission.
permission?
And they
we
just
say.
be like, it's not our thing. It's our thing. And maybe last born also will be like,
Yeah.
brother, is it not our thing? I didn't steal nice. I took my brother's thing.
So what would you do in such scenario?
I feel upbringing is always the code and the way you keep things.
Okay.
There's always boundary in everything. The siblings I've grown up with, not the ones I don't know, the ones I've grown up with,
Okay.
they know that there's boundary and there's limitation that they must ask me. There are things which they have leverage to use at any point in time that even when I come back, the next thing I will just do, I will just frown and move away. There are things they know that they have automatic and direct power and right. Example, clothes. There's a particular day I wanted to put on a particular clothes, and I've already set the clothes to wear, only to go inside the bedroom
Come
and
back.
finish bathing, and I heard that my sister had worn it and has gone out.
Whoa.
You understand? So those ones are direct access. You understand? But the aspect of funds, I think they will always come back to ask you, please can I get this? That's normal. It's mutual understanding.
Okay. So Sister
But funny
Ruth,
enough,
you
I don't
have-
know my sister's passwords. to
Whoa, and you don't feel
Sisters
anything.
now, you know, sisters can be.
them. Right.
Women,
I just
women.
noticed like now.
Oh, you're realizing it right
I
now
just, like,
that you
I
don't
just-
know your sister's password,
I just
even
don't-
when she knows yours.
I just noticed like
They,
now.
even
I
when
have
they
3
know.
Oh,
siblings.
they, okay,
Yeah, so they know my
okay.
password. Like it's regular, so they kind of know. And like.
So what do you intend to do about it? That
Nothing, I'll just live with it. There's no
But I
big
think
deal.
bro Eric will make a good husband.
I-
He would be very, very free,
Sharp.
sharp.
Okay, so that was just a tip of what we have for you today. Yes, it is a beautiful month. It is a month of love. Ensure you share love. Like I said, love is sharing and sharing is caring, of course. So I pray that this month brings to you the beautiful things you have always been praying for, the abundant love of God. It comes to your life and to the people around you, and everything beautiful. The gates of heaven will shower blessings, bountiful blessings upon you and your family. In the name of Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Let's take a short break, and when we are right back, we will be introducing what we have for you today. That was a beautiful rendition by the Association of Brotherhood Academic Scholars, University of Calabar. Calabar, yes. It's only in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star that you can abreast yourself with beautiful and melodious songs. And I don't know what Sister Ruth will have to say about that. But before I introduce her, I'm still here with my crew. And it's still the Morning Star Breakfast Show. So we are live on Facebook and YouTube page. And of course, our phone line is displayed on the screen. Because right about time, we will be looking at a very interesting topic that we will also seek your inputs. Remember, your input can be of help to someone out there. So I'll leave the house for Sister Ruth to, hit us with the topic of the day, and of course, and your input on the rendition.
Okay, thank you so very much, Sister P. Smith. Yeah, the rendition was really, really touching. I really fell in love with the first anthem, Etedio Kamdianga. I think that really, touched me to my bone marrow. I loved everything about it. I don't know, I have this attachment
to the song.
Vernacular songs. I feel like it goes deeper than that of English. So I really loved it. You could see me backstage falling in love, over and over with the song. I don't know about you. I don't know if you... The first one, I really loved the first one. It was very quiet. Yeah, aside from the meaning, I just love the melody. Eric, you write songs, right?
I love
everything. I love the chants by the alto singer. I am a treble singer. Yeah, I love my parts, but the way the sister chanted.
Sister Helen Kebe, or
no, there were two sisters. Sister Millington. Yeah, she really did so well. I loved her voice and her wording. So I don't know. I just love everything about the first song. I did Yo Kamdia, and the conductor also did justice to it. I loved the
energy.
The energy, yes, the energy. I saw that, when you do something you love, the emotions attached to it is just so different.
Yes,
it's different. When you force somebody to do something, you can see it. But when you are in love with with what you do,
I think when someone is good at it, sometimes they say continuous practice makes one perfect.
Yeah.
So at that point, I feel she is always doing it, or the conductor is always doing it. That's why there's this easy, flow of the whole process and everything.
Yeah, it's in them. It's in their blood.
I don't want to actually turn the table.
And the sister, don't get me wrong, they all did so well. The treble singer, like I said before, I am a treble singer, yes, but I kind of fall in love with alto. I don't know, it sounds so different. I cannot change my part.
Yeah.
I can't go to alto, but it sounds so different. It's just a part you cannot do without in the song. And the fact that she did it so effortlessly, it's so nice. And, she sang with energy, yet very mild.
It's a free gift of nature.
Yes. And the guy the bad guy.
I say it's a free gift of nature from God. Definitely, we have to appreciate it.
I don't want to turn the table. If not, I would have, Sister Ruth said something behind camera, but let me not be the reporter here. So over to you. Let's get to know the topic.
Okay. Wednesday, I did mention something about starter pack. Yeah, so I'm going to explain what I meant by the starter pack. In life, we all have a starter pack. God provides us with starter pack. Before we come to existence, before we all came into existence, I know in Sabbath we were made to understand that you would sign with God. You would bring out a sheet of file, and then you would sign as you're going. This is what will happen, and then after this is where and when your glory will start manifesting. Yeah, that's what we're taught in Sabbath. Now, before this time now, we also have something known as starter pack. And most times this starter pack may be positive, it may be negative. Some people are so fortunate that their starter pack seems to be rosy. You know what I mean? What you start up your life with right from birth. Sometimes starter pack could be golden spoon, just filled with golden spoon. What I mean to say is everything just is so rosy around you. You don't have to, snap a finger before you get something. Everything is just there. Everything is just there already waiting for you to start using, while some people would have to struggle, scratch the wall before they get something, so these are various starter packs. Some people suffer a lot. So we also understand that even in the Bible, a lot of people had starter pack that were so unbearable that even we in this life, we pray not to have
such
similar starter pack. Nobody wants to pass through what Moses passed through. Nobody wants to pass through Job. Nobody wants to pass through John the Baptist.
His head was beheaded.
Exactly. So we all have our starter packs in life. So nobody, like I said, nobody. Why am I saying this? I'm coming to that. I want to start with brother Eric. Now I have explained what we mean by starter pack. I also know that in life, some people can be very, very, they don't have patience, they can be very, hasty about life. They want to get to the top at once. They don't want to take things easily, even though, it is not yet time. Yeah. We have all passed through school, where you have to go through nursery, then you'll be promoted to secondary, from secondary.
Primary before secondary?
No, some people, I didn't attend primary. Nursery. Okay. From nursery, you go to secondary, then you promoted to the tertiary institution. Yeah, so you have to pass through this level. Some people don't have patience to follow life like bomber to bomber. So I want you to tell me what you understand by, the starter pack, and why it is important for humans to follow due diligence. What I mean by due diligence, follow it the way God has arranged it to be.
All right. Life itself, nobody has ever crash landed from heaven down to earth. So it is so obvious. The answer is so straight. Nobody has ever been given birth to as an adult. It is so obvious, and it is so direct. You must be born as a child, and you must be groomed up from 0 till when you are being called back. So that is the normal phase of life, which I can also demonstrate as the starter pack. In a nutshell, what we're trying to say today, we're trying to be realistic that most persons out there in the world today have left the process they are supposed to operate with. Life is a process. The process which they are supposed to operate with, they have left it and have gone out to fend for things that they're not supposed to go and indulge in. Over times, we, as little children, when we're coming up, we believe that when we grow to a particular stage, are going to make money so big, help our families, help our loved ones, not knowing that there's always going to be a price to pay to make it the way we always imagine it. Imagination is the first key. You always want, there's no human being on planet Earth that wants to imagine to suffer. Do you understand? To carry a cross or a burden or to pass through a hard time. Everybody, once you start getting that consciousness as a child where you can distinguish at least little good things like good and bad, understand? You always, when they ask you, I want to be this very big and famous, not knowing that there's always a process for you to follow up, understand? But we've noticed that some persons, due to the aspect of reincarnation, understand, had already undergone their own starter pack, maybe in their last advent, and they are coming to reap up of what they had already sowed, understand? And you who do not really know what you went through in your last advent, you might be looking at another person who is using a golden spoon from the inception and want to be like that person instantly. By so doing, if you're not being directed by God, you may end up leaving the track which has already been kept for you. The life we're living is just like a bush where where does not have a track, and we ourselves have to make sure we make a track until we can turn it into a very beautiful city. This is the concept every human being has to understand. While there are some people definitely who will not be able to make up this track, but will be at the end to receive or to join in the celebration. That is how life has been. We have to first of all understand what is our purpose. If we can identify our purpose, then I think we will be understanding the way to handle our starter pack, because this is the first step. You might be a person that will be used to always clear. Be the forerunner, John the Baptist. You might be the forerunner, pathfinders, understand? Why there are people that will always be there to come and make everything very beautiful for others to enjoy, understand? So we need to know our place, and I think this has been the problem that most of the young ones and the youths are facing nowadays. Nobody wants to hustle or follow the due process, diligence, either by learning handwork or acquiring a skill and waiting for, because like the Igbos, the way they normally do their things, if a child has grown up, maybe have gotten the basic aspects of education, you will see most times they will venture to send in their young ones to go to the city and learn trade. They prefer sending them to learn trade. And in the course of you learning this trade with your master will always assure you that if you have learned this trade diligently and you have served me for a period of 10 years or thereabout, because sometimes it's always 10 years and more. If you have diligently served me for 10 years, I am going to settle you. It is just like the way God has kept it. Now imagine God settling you, it is more bigger than when your master is settling you. So if we follow the process, we learn the work, the people learn the work, learn and get to that point, then there will be a stage whereby you'll be feeling that you cannot continue, you cannot bear it. And at that point, if you try to quit and cut corners, you will definitely see yourself roving and coming back to the same spot. You might make it big, and at the end of the day, you will not have peace. You will not be able to help others. What is the gain whereby a man will have so much bountifully and cannot help his family and cannot help others when you wish to help others? It is very, very bad. And I want to assure all the youths and young ones out there, it is bad for you to cut corners. In our normal daily lives, when we check it, when you try to cut corners, you definitely will see the repercussion that it will cause us. So we should try and emulate those in the Bible. God has even made it so easy for us that we do not bear the kind of burdens that the prophets of old and the men in the Bible did undergo. Imagine someone being so sincere to our brother Job. He was very, very sincere to God. He had everything. He did not have a very rough starter pack. He had everything. He had children, he had wealth, he had a very good family, everything wonderful.
You know, talking about that now. So would you prefer this kind of starter pack that came with gold, then later
at some point
he didn't know that the and in between was filled with so much drums of tears. So would you prefer that starter pack? No, that would be for Sister P. Smith to answer. Then this one I would reel it to you now.
Okay.
So now we do know that, like I said before, some starter packs comes with abundance.
Yeah.
Now you have someone, a friend, and then over time you've heard like revelations about the friend, that the friend would come out and do so well. Okay, let's talk about babies. The friend would have a lot of babies, but this friend of yours is married. No
without
issue.
any baby at that time.
But over time they keep saying you would have children. You see children around you, have many children. In fact, you would be the one to say, Father, I don't want again. But this friend of yours is looking.
It looks like the vision is still pending on something.
Is looking for a child. Like is crying every night looking for a child. Now, Brother Eric, if you were to be, not you, that's why I'm using another person. I would have said peace. No. Another person, not you.
Okay.
I understand.
Another person, someone close to you. So now you as a person, what will be running through your mind if this person is maybe blood related to you, blood related, or a very close friend, somebody that is more than a brother, more than a sister? What would you do? Do you still trust in God? What exactly will you do? Because at that point now you have tried all the local medications, to clean them, make it stay calm, so you can, bring forth offspring. So what would you do? Remember, this is part of the starter pack. Remember the story of Abraham?
Yeah, I remember.
Father of all nations.
Yeah.
Yes, yet he was looking for a child. Even though later God blessed him, but it was very, very late. It was old enough, it was long enough for one to lose faith. Like, I don't tire. Waiting, self. You understand? Waiting. Like, you keep saying, Father of all, where's the nation? You understand? So now, if you are close to the person and this thing is happening, what would run into your mind? And what kind of advice would you send out?
Okay, firstly, if you're following a particular person, it is because you believe and trust in that person. And now this is God. If you believe and trust in God, definitely, they always say research will always give you the ability for you to know that what has happened before will definitely happen or occur again. But it is very painful for you to be the new occurrence of what has happened before. Understand? It is very, very painful and very, very sad. But at that particular point in time, you need people that are people to surround you with good minds, positive minds, and encouragement. You would definitely face the worst times. In those days, we don't really have mother-in-laws who would really disturb you that you're barren, you're this. But now, they've put it at your face. You're barren. Peradventure, you might not even, let me use the woman, as a woman, you might not really even be the problem of the family. But maybe technically it's a spiritual issue that is happening. Maybe God has foreseen that maybe if he sends a child, the child might die, or if he sends a child, something delicate will happen. But maybe he's trying to prepare the ground and make sure that all the bad persons that are around there has been taken care of. Because God works in a very, very mysterious way. Just that everything that God does must have a glory, a very beautiful ending.
Yeah,
that is just a simple truth. But the thing that the scenario will be very, very painful. It will be very, very torturing. But this is where faith comes in. Persistence and belief in what you believe. Because there are people there that believe that God is their God, but they do not believe that God can do this. They believe that God is God because they know that others say that God is God. Understand? But they do not really believe because they have not been tested. For you to, just like an exam that you want to write, do you know the ability where you sit back to study for yourself, by yourself, and you get into the exam hall and confidently write this exam? There is this joy that you get, that you can now be able to explain to another person and tell the person that this was how it was for me, or I did this, I did, go through this place, go through this means, and you will get a result. It is just likened to human beings. So if we do not undergo temptation, I normally say something that temptation is the best means for us to get close to God. That is the simple truth. Temptation is the best means for us to be closer to God. Because I have understood that if everything is going so smoothly like this God that we call every day with our lips, we will never remember.
Definitely forget.
So definitely he has to set this text and exam for us to have faith. It is very, very hard to have faith. That is why God said, if you have at least the one like mustard seed, at least that small one, that we can do so many things. So many things that we can do so many. And nowadays it is very, very rare. If you have 100%, it is very, very rare to have 30 people that have faith in God. 30%, I mean it. That have faith in,
with challenges.
Yes, that have faith in God. Because very soon, before you know it, I have somebody, I have someone I will take you to. Of which is something that we can always kneel down and pray to our Father, no matter how long, whether it is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, no matter how long, we can always be praying. Persistency is what knocks on the door of God, and definitely you will definitely open. Imagine you every day somebody comes to your house and knock, please, I need 1 cup of rice. I need 1 cup of rice. I need 1 cup of rice. One day you will get angry and give to that person a bag of rice. Don't come and near me for a period of time. That is how it is. So I want to assure everybody out there, if you're going through a hard time and you're having a very hard starter pack, or you're in the middle of a starter pack, because sometimes God works in a mysterious way. He gives you the good side from the beginning, and at the middle you're facing the wrong side, hoping for a greater joy at the end. So definitely just believe and be persistent. Just believe. That's what I can just tell you. Believe. Definitely there's a very sweet, wonderful light on it. That's how me I always operate. I always believe that temptation must always come my way. So at the end of the day, I believe that God will just make a very wonderful place, and we'll all enjoy at last.
Amen.
Thank you very
Pastor.
much.
Yeah.
Pastor, Professor. Pastor, Witness, Professor.
David Eric.
Thank you so very much. Over to you, Sister P. Smith. Now, I need you to, see how you can marry faith with starter pack. Aside from that, do you think that temptation is also part of this starter pack? For example, the story of the brother
Job.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Abraham.
Okay.
The story of Abraham. Yeah. We also know that there is something we call menopause. Also, there is nothing God
For
cannot-
men,
do.
it's really do not happen.
No, for the
Sarah,
woman,
it's for the
woman
women.
being
Sarah.
so
That's what
faithful
I'm
to his
saying.
wife.
Sarah,
Yeah.
there's something we call menopause, right?
Yeah.
I also know that there is nothing our God cannot do.
Yeah.
Once He says He will do it, He will do. So now I need you to bring in faith at this point. Also, do you think that temptation is part of it?
Okay.
And why do you think this temptation should come at such time? Because he had I know it's not like our time that once you get to 70, in fact, some 70 years is celebration of life.
Yeah.
You're celebrating life.
Yeah.
80 celebration of life. We even get to 90, a lot of
But right now,
jubilation. I
That
know
was
it-
90, 100.
100. Right now, you hardly see people dig up to that.
Exactly. So I need you to marry faith with the starter pack.
And
then include
temptation as well.
temptation, yeah.
Okay, I would like to start by saying Eric has almost said everything. And then, other than using Sarah in the Bible, there is a lady I know, like for real, she even passed the stage of menopause. Like she has been married for over a year, for a couple of years, and then she had a first child, whom they trained for over many years. The child even went to university, graduated, but one day, unfortunately, the child died.
Are you serious?
And so imagine having trained a child, and that was the only child at that point. So the child died, and they had stayed all those years without children. Is it for almost 30-something years in marriage after plus when the child died? So that they had no issue as a child again. So this woman had passed the stage of menopause, or rather she is in a menopause stage, and then, as God will love it, she was blessed with twins.
Wow.
When no one, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to make up,
I
but
love this.
currently, even while I was saving, I had similar issues. The principal of the school, the headmistress of the school, yeah, she had similar situation where she was in a menopause stage. She even never knew she was pregnant, only to give birth and still give birth to twins. So you see, God is one being that we can't comprehend. Yes, you see, sometimes, yes, we are talking about the starter pack. You come up, maybe you see your life as a person and you have been going through a lot of things. Of course, that's how He planned it and all of that. But then you as human, you'll be expecting so much. You'll be like, oh, my mates are out there, they're making it, they're achieving it. Why is it me? And let's just say maybe in your family, similar issues had erupted or something, or maybe people died of poverty or something, and you feel the need to bring out yourself from that poverty lineage or something. No, I'm saying this because it has happened to a lot of persons. Sometimes it's through childbearing. Maybe in your family people had died without giving birth, and now it's almost the same thing happening. So you start seeking for other means which is not godly. That's where your faith comes in. If Sarah had not believed in God, I don't think that would have happened. Now you talked about people always saying, I see you to be a mother of a mother of nations and all of that, and then you're like, how possible? Imagine you have gone to the doctor and the doctor told you that maybe something is wrong with your womb, or perhaps I feel this thing is more than physical, it's more of spiritual, and then you have lost hope, and then you are just there feeling like, man, it might not happen, or that you start declining your faith. When you're looking at what faith means, I might not get the exact definition of it, but it says a substance hoped for, evidence of things not seen. You have not seen it, you're just believing that God, it might be true that my family people actually went through this, or it might be true that this is how you present because my mom would always tell me that everyone has a handwriting. And that's the starter part there. Maybe yours was to come in, become rich at some point, become poor, or yours was to come out and become rich all through, or yours was to come out and, be poor all through. We all have our own handwriting. But that shouldn't stop our faith in God. Because I told you of the story. I once studied here of the story of a man who he came from a poor lineage, and then this young man, wanted to pull out from what has been going on. So he went to the doctor, native doctor, where he had to carry a tortoise. Like he had to ask the native doctor, will I be rich? Like, but in my family, they have been known to be poor and everything. So the doctor was like, if this turtle is a tortoise also is able to crawl to either the rich hand or the poor side, that would determine your fate. And while the tortoise was going towards the poor angle, the man had to bring it out and put where he feels that should be. What am I saying? That's how your faith is. Your starter pack might have been maybe when you come, you'll be poor, you never had children, you'll never get married, or maybe you get married and your husband will not be there to take care of you. I feel your faith at that point in God, because He's the all-chain knowing God. He changed every impossible to possible. You understand? Or impossibilities to possibilities. Your faith day determines. He might, because of how you are. Remember what Sarah in the Bible. There was this particular where her faith, her pronunciation of faith, really said it all. You understand? Your faith in God at that point might decide to change your story. That's how I believe it. Yes, God, the handwriting must have been there, very clear. Can't you see the handwriting on the wall? You can never be rich. But then your consistent prayers, your faith in God, and your ability to always do what you know or what you believe is right, because it all comes from there. Because you are poor doesn't mean you should start going to one doctor or the other, you know what I mean, native doctor, to seek for other means, and from there you start killing children or killing people and all of that. If you keep doing that, because the money might come, definitely you still go back to the position. That's the truth. If you go to a native doctor to get children, definitely one day you have to sow to the devil. That's the truth. But that's the truth. Let's face the obvious. Let's face the obvious. It's easier for me to sit down here and say all those things. Someone might be like, maybe you are still young, so calm down. You don't know what it means. You don't know how it feels like. But I feel I've seen someone. So permit me, I might not come out and I might not sit here to tell you the person, but I've seen someone who had gone through a lot in life. Like a whole truth. No, actually, I'm just feeling pain. You know, when you actually sent that question to me, it made me remind me of someone. You know, I've seen that person, the way the person had to struggle in life, but the faith never changed. The person still hold on, knowing that definitely God can never forsake, and I believe God can never forsake. Whether your handwriting was to be poor or become rich, your faith in God would determine if He has to change it. He has to change it. When you are aggressive about something, God sees the pain in you and decides to change it. Okay, we are looking at Job in the Bible. Do you think if Job had fallen, he would have still been rich? No, let's ask ourselves that question. If Job had denounced God, remember it was temptation. God just God gave devil the opportunity to tempt him. You understand? So let's imagine, we know the story, Job never fell for the temptation. But let's imagine ourselves, if Job had fallen into that temptation, would God still have given him back the riches?
No.
But he has strong faith in God. God who giveth taketh. And then he can replenish hundreds or thousands of those things that has been taken from you. You understand? That was faith in display. That was faith. It wasn't. Some of us say when we have issues.
Sister P, sorry, don't say I'm cutting you.
No problem.
I'm still giving back the house to you. So what happens when temptation strikes so hard that someone maybe changes religion, because God did not answer fast.
I'm coming to that.
Some of us, especially my gender, want it now. Like we want we ask for the thing now, like this, today is Friday, yeah?
We're expecting it to come on
result
Sunday or
already.
Saturday.
And then by the time we don't see it, we become very,
That's
very
problem.
aggressive. You start questioning God. God, why are you like this? You know, forgetting that He's still God and everything comes with time. Everything works with time. Now, what happens when the person, remember, this person is God's, is apple of God's eye. And then this person is behaving like he does not even know God. And probably the person does not even know the position, his or her position in
God's sight.
Heart. Let's put it that way. And the person changes religion because the person is just so angry. I don't know.
Or eager. Use the word. So eager to get that thing.
Yes, eager to get that thing, and it tilts to.
And it happens during marriage. Maybe the person is in need of
the
a
road
spouse.
not taken. Marriage. Looking for children and the rest. So, do you think in that situation God will say, because they say He's God of 9 minutes, right? When all hope was lost, God just appeared. And before hope is lost, the person has stopped having faith in God. In fact, the person has even like, okay, now let's just stay. Maybe my own is like this. Let me stay like this. When death comes, death will carry me. There are cases like that. Those people have like they've given up in life. They don't anything that wants to happen, or if it is death, they are ready. In fact, they are just waiting. So now, do you think that in that situation now, that God will still come in? No faith, and they've even changed religion, plus questioning God, blaming Him. Everything just like the way it is. Do you think God will still come in?
Honestly, at this point, we
But Eric,
sometimes
you can come in as well.
we sometimes find ourselves in scenarios like that. Sometimes it's not about maybe going to another church, but that question in particular keeps coming in, and you feel, oh, why me? Why is God not answering my prayers and all of that? At this point, I don't know, because I can't say the mind of God. I'm not God. You understand? God decides. Remember, you're talking about starter pack. In everything, He knows. He has orchestrated everything. For maybe He knew that one day you have to decide to go to another church. I don't know, but I'm just putting it that way. But definitely, some people tend to toe the wrong path, and then sometimes God, out of His infinite mercy, would still bless that person with what you want, and it feels like, oh, all this while where I was, that means I wasn't meant to be in that spot. Maybe, oh, if I had not gone to this place, and it's now maybe it's out of your own, or maybe the decision you have taken now looks like, oh, that's what gave you this or brought your long lasting prayers and all of that. But sometimes into reality, that is out of your own decision. That is God's mercy at that point. But when you are impatient towards...
Do you think it was destined to happen? Sorry, you will still come back, Brother Eric. We do know that everything, God has arranged everything, planned everything. That everything happens for a reason. There is how you want to leave your house now. The handle of your door would, hold you back. Probably you're angry. You don't have to get out of the house with so much anger, and so it will hold you back to have a cool off time before going out, or maybe something was just about to happen. If you had gone out by that time, maybe a pole just fell or high tension just fell, and your door handle helped you to stay back for that thing not to get to you, because you have not even finished part of the things God sent you to do. And now, do you think that now, like for example, now we are talking about maybe a sister, being so wild because she has not received or gotten to the point she wants to be in life. Now, do you think that everything happens for a reason? When she gets angry and does everything, denounce God, do you think that is still God's plan for her to do all those things to get to fulfill her starter pack? Do you think that all the anger, the talking, the careless talks, and the rest is still part of her starter pack? And do you think that would now make way for what God wants for her to manifest? Or this is just the devil working?
I don't see the devil anywhere. The best thing God did for us is giving us humans the ability to choose. Okay. We are in a very free world. God did not even bind us. He's not doing the best thing. Just He said, choose between good and bad. Anything we do on planet Earth, anything we do in our life, we are accountable for it. That is the simple truth. Imagine God calling you into His love and mercy, the protection He gives to us day and night. Most times we are blinded by the mundane things we want to acquire and not grateful for the greater things. We look at the greater things as the mundane things, the money and the other things we want to acquire. But we forget that the first great thing God does for us is making us wake up to see a very bright and wonderful day. What if you did not wake up to see a new day? How then do you want to even start to even see that God is doing you bad? You understand? So God has given us the ability to choose. Anything we do in life, it is for our own purpose. I do not see. Okay, let's use Judas Iscariot for example.
Okay.
He had every reason to decline, not to betray Jesus Christ. But in the Bible, it says, "Woe unto that man who betrayed Jesus Christ." Understand? He had the choice. So anything we're doing in this life, we have every choice. Abraham had the choice to denounce God. He had the choice. Sarah had the choice. Job, in short, he had the choice. Excessive.
To denounce God or to get a second wife, in the world of
no,
today,
not even
waste time.
No, he had the chance to denounce God because God kept on promising him that He is the Father of all nations. And at that time, he has not even gotten one, as in one.
Abraham,
and
right?
he did not know that the Father of all
He had
nations,
spent many
that
years
people
on earth
who call
already.
Abraham is currently here as reincarnated, understand? That's what our Father has told us. Now, he did not even know that people will be singing of his praise as the Father, He did not even foresee this that will come in. So if you're not given the ability to foresee what is going to come, definitely you have the choice to say, what are you even saying? Okay, imagine you having a teacher and a teacher is always telling you that this is what's going to come out in the exam hall, and he's teaching you, and you go to the exam, you did not see anything.
I've always experienced this.
Just imagine if that teacher calls you to even tell you something, you say, "My friend, leave this place." You understand? That is the situation we're finding ourselves in. So we have every right to choose. That is the right God has given to us. No matter what we are going through, you know that definitely when somebody wants to leave the right path, the path of rectitude, which you're already going, and you say, "Today, I have made up my mind, shall no going back." It is you that is choosing for yourself. God did not do anything for you. You are the one going to choose to carry something devilish to come and attach to your own self. Definitely, when the consequences comes, you pay it. So you bear it alone. But now depends on the mood of this consequence. If you realize on time and start running to God, God is a merciful God. But even as much as God is receiving you with these other hands, you will still bear the consequence. So that next time you will know that when you're choosing, you have to choose wisely. So anything we are doing, we have to also know that we bear the consequences by ourselves. So in this point, we have to be steadfast, have faith, and know that any decision we make, it is for ourselves. We're not making a decision for God. Definitely.
Yeah, and I was on a course before you got to me. It all boils down to understanding the purpose of God. That's it. Because if you don't understand how God works, you will definitely fall prey to the temptations of the world. Imagine, like you're saying, maybe you because you've been looking for this particular thing and it's not forthcoming, and now you leave, maybe you denounce God, and then you're going out to see how you can find solution, or you feel life is done with you and all of that. If you call yourself a Christian, first of all, you have to understand that God is time, that He works with time, and then that is when your faith comes into play. Temptation is a means to build your faith in God, like Eric rightly said. If we don't face temptation, a lot of persons out there would live life like there is no God. Already, currently, we still have people who believe that there is no God out there, they taste and everything. But then these temptations is just to build us up, bring us more closer to God. And then in the midst of this, if you're not careful, you might likely fall. But then that's when your faith comes in. When you build your faith strongly in God, knowing that God is time, and at His appointed time, He will do all things, definitely you will achieve everything at the end.
Okay, thank you so very much. Let your faith be rooted in God, and you would not face, you will not lack what you need. In due time, it will come to you. Now, I also have a story of a sister. Yeah, we're running out of time, but I'm just going to be very, very quick about it. I have a story of a sister who was confirmed by the doctor that she cannot have a child. Yes, that she doesn't have a womb. This is a sister who has not indulged in a lot of, all these carnal, sorry, I was going to say carnal things. But yet it was pronounced by the doctors, because she went to several hospitals, and she was confirmed that she can't have a child. that's how she's going to be. Well, our God works in mysterious ways.
Sure.
He says, work for me, I work for you. This is a very hard-working sister who has worked her life.
Yes.
She has worked. She has, if you want to say paying of dues, she has paid excess. And now it was time for her to have a child. The doctors were saying yes, that she can't have a child. Miraculously, she had a child. And she did not even know she has. So even when she was having these symptoms of, pregnancy, she was like, no.
Wow.
Doctor said, because she was married, she was with her husband. Doctor said, I can't have a child. So why am I having these symptoms? She went to the hospital, lo and behold, and that was when she was many months into the pregnancy already. She went to the hospital. The same doctors, confirmed that she is pregnant. And they told her, hold fast hold your God very firmly, because this is very, very rare that you were confirmed, because they checked everything. They said she cannot, but then God blessed her with a child. That is what our God can do. So no matter what you are passing through in life, have faith in God. Believe that there is nothing He cannot do. And even though your starter pack is rough, have faith. There is always time for everything.
Sure.
He has hidden the smiles, the laughter, the riches, everything in that starter pack. It is like a game. You have to, is it puzzle, right? You have to, as you proceed, as you progress, you get to higher level. So, live the life. If God says you smile before, and this is Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, you have to go through the course before you get to the star. So when you're being faced with trials, challenges, don't feel bad. Stop questioning Him. Beg for the ability to be able to withstand and progress to the next level, because it pays. When the time comes, the crown will be so fitted that even nothing can uproot it, because it is rooted in God. He knows that you have paid your tithe, you have paid your dues. So the wind cannot, shake it. It will be like the roots is just so, like, it has traveled so far. But when you don't pay your dues, I feel like it will be like a house planted on built on sand, that when strong wind comes, it will just blow, and you'll be like, God, what did you give me? You gave me something that would not last. God does not give what you would not last. He gives you what you would enjoy. So thank you so very much. It is 9:30 on the dot, and today is Friday. On Fridays we usually have sports. Brother Eric can't wait.
Eric is so happy.
It's so restless.
Should I let the cat out of the bag?
No.
I'm so happy either, because I think we are the same fan club,
Okay, maybe we should just stay here. You want us to start?
No, let's take a short break.
But Eric, is that what you want? Okay, it's been really, really wonderful. Once again, happy new month. It is still the month of love. Show love to everyone, and do not forget, God is our first love. I think we have a comment like that here on Facebook by one of our brothers here, Brother Prince Chibuzo. He said, always my first love. Thank you, Father. He's referring to God. And also on our YouTube, we have from Brother David Eyesan and Sister Grace Russell. We see you all. May the Father bless you abundantly. We are not drawing close our curtains, because we still have another segment, sports segment. So we are begging you to bring back the same energy. All right, did I say till we come? No. We'll be right back after the short break. My name is Ruth Obu, and I have been here with Sister Peace Smith, and Brother Eric will be right back. Please stay with us.
Wonderful, all He is holy, He is the commander of the universe.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're still watching Morning Star Breakfast Show, and I'm here with my team because we're moving straight into sports. That's the next segment, and this is always the best segment on Fridays. So I have, yes, this is always the best segment on Fridays. So I have with me my team. I have Ambassador, and you can see he's portraying his team
because they won yesterday.
Ambassador, good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
And we have Brother Elijah in the building. Good morning, welcome to the show.
I wonder why he's not portraying his team.
I don't have.
He shot this weekend. Did you
hear that?
I don't have it.
He said he doesn't have it.
We are going to find out. So today we're starting with Europe because we'll leave AFCON for the last. That's the sweeter part. So we'll leave it for the last. Let's start with Europe. And on our first game during the midweek, we're going to look at the very beautiful games that came all our way. We had Fulham against Everton, all squared. We had Luton Town against Brighton. Luton Town 4, Brighton 0. Crystal Palace 3, Sheffield United 2. Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 3. Ambassador, let us start. Okay, Arsenal 1 and Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Let's start with this shocking game. Luton Town 4, Brighton 0. What do you think happened? This is Luton Town is supposed to go to relegation, and now they won 4 goals to 0 against Brighton, and they have left relegation zone
because they don't want to go to relegation.
That happened.
They don't want to go to relegation now. Who wants to go to relegation?
I like saying that this is football. Anything can happen. That is it.
But this one is more than football.
No, it wasn't more than football. You know, you capitalize on the weakness of the opponent team or of your opponent team and create goals for yourself. I think that was just what happened.
It was so shocking that even Brighton, at a point, they were asking themselves on the pitch during first half 3-0, they were asking themselves,
what is going on?
What is going on? This is Luton that we beat. What is going on?
They outplayed them, you know. The tactics, the Luton tactics outplayed them. So, you know, there is how a football team, a match will go on and the opponent's team will, at the end of the day, get confused, you know. They don't know what's happening now. The ball is just passing them. They cannot get grip of the ball. They cannot get grip of position. And they are just running around the field, you know. So at the end of the day, they ask themselves questions. I mean, what's going on? Like, what is happening? I think that's football. It was a bad day for Brighton.
It was indeed a really bad day for Brighton. Okay, moving over to the next. Wednesday, we had Man City 3, Burnley 1, Tottenham 3, Brentford 2, and Liverpool 4, Chelsea 1. So let's start with the Man City game. Man City are back after winning the Club World Cup and they have not lost any game. for me, I see Man City not losing any game almost to the end of the Premier League, except they're taking on the big boys, either Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal, and then Chelsea. That's where I think they might drop a point. But I don't see Man City losing because everybody is back. Haaland is back. Everybody is back. Ambassador, what do you think about Man City?
The same way everybody is back in Manchester City, the same way most persons are back in Manchester United and other top short teams. Well, saying you don't see them lose any match, well, I think that is just an assumption. You're just, thinking aloud. But this is football, remember. And the team that are likely to pull out stones against the big boys are the small boys.
Yes.
So you don't say you don't see them lose a match until let the match come day by day. Then we can now decide or conclude that they are not going to lose a match. But for now, let the sleeping dog lie.
Man City are here to defend their titles and they are playing like the title contender. Remember, they have joined Manchester United as treble winners.
And you know that even Liverpool are not going to lose any match, right?
Yes, they are also on top form.
They're also on top form.
But let's see what will happen at Emirates Stadium because they are moving over to Emirates Stadium to take on Arsenal. That's a very dicey game and a very huge one for that. All right, let's look at Tottenham Brentford. Ivan Toney has come back, has played 2 games after his suspension from illegal gambling, and he's on top form. He has scored 2 goals. Do you think that this is a very good time for Ivan Toney to come and he has been able to reignite himself into the Brentford team instantly and has won back the captain handband?
Yeah, Ivan Toney is a good striker, and a good player. I really wish maybe next season he could
leave Brentford
out and go to other bigger teams to really play and explore very well. Brentford is a struggling team. Of course, they are trying. Playing against Tottenham, scoring 2 goals. It's not easy. Tottenham is beginning to get their form back. After making some few signings during the transfer. So I think it was a good game and it's a good one for Ivan Toney to find himself back in the sport.
All right, let's move over to a very controversial game that took place day before yesterday, Liverpool against Chelsea. This was a game whereby we saw a player, Darwin Núñez, hit the bar 4 times and did not score. This is the first time
it's happening. Missed a penalty.
And missed a penalty. Somebody hitting the bar 4 times without scoring. What is going on? And also we saw the controversial moment from the ref. Nowadays we don't really know when is a penalty, the handball. We don't even know what's going on. The VAR and the refs, they are not consistent in their decisions at all. We saw a penalty that would have been awarded to Chelsea when Van Dijk had to step on Nkunku's feet, but the penalty was ruled out for. Do you think there favorism in this Premier League currently? Maybe do you think that they're trying to favour Liverpool? Ambassador, what do you think?
First of all, I think FIFA should stop England referees from officiating top flight football, honestly, because the people are not consistent at all. You just talked about Van Dijk stepping on a player's foot in the area and it was not awarded. These football referees, I don't know what their problem is. This was the same thing that happened where Rashford, I'm not saying this as a Manchester United fan, where Rashford, his eyes was not on the player. He was trying to look out for who to give the ball while trying to guide his ball. And unfortunately for him, he stepped on a player's foot. I think the referee should look at the intention of a player. You look at, fine, when the VAR was doing the review, they just zoomed the camera into his leg, and that was where they ruled their decision. But I think you should look at the player's intention. Even when in the commentary, I heard one commentator say that his intention and his eyes were not on that opponent player's leg. So I wonder how the referees, they do their thing. So and we saw another one yesterday, where a penalty was given against Casemiro. Fine, there was a contact, but you also look at the intentions. So I don't know. Yesterday I was watching some stuff on YouTube. I saw a scenario where a penalty was a yellow card was given to a particular player in one match twice. After that, the referee had to go and check the VAR screen and notice that he did not dive the first time.
Yes.
And he did not dive the second time. So what is really going on in the referees angle? So I think something should be done. If it is high time we bring robots to officiate our matches, I think it's okay. Yes, now because today somebody would foul somebody in the 18 area, and they will not give penalty. Tomorrow somebody will just do an unintentional foul, and you will hear his penalty. Sometimes you even see that the person has been sent off the pitch. So I think FIFA should look into this matter, because it's no more the England FA thing. I think FIFA should step into it. Ask them to step up their game. I said something once. I think they should be bringing referees from another league to come and officiate in this league, and send England referees to go and officiate outside. Probably they could learn. You know, in player they call it loan.
Yes.
They loan out players.
Loan, so you start
they
loaning
should be loaning
referees.
After all, I have the coach wanted to loan the national team coach of
No, but
France.
it should have been fine. It should have been fine like that, but I don't think it's gonna work. Of course, you know that is a local league.
Yeah.
You know, England, of course, that's their local league.
Of course.
We're watching it just like we have our Nigerian Premier League, and so you expect that the local referees officiate in the local league. Maybe that's how they will learn, and you bring them up, because the higher ground for the referees is the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
Just like the players too, you know. So for you to be able to officiate, and you are being picked by FIFA to officiate in the World Cup, that means you are really doing well as a referee. So they will start from the local league. So there is no how the referee will be sent to another league to. Of course, there's going to be problem. You know, you may end up blowing a match, and you can be harmed by the fans.
Yeah.
Of course, you are not from there.
Yeah.
You understand? Maybe you make a mistake in a particular game, because of course you are bound to make mistakes in football. So you can be harmed by the fan. But when it is your local league, at least they will try, okay, sure, now our person will leave and made it in just go. But those penalties was very controversial. I think Chelsea needed that penalty, especially. We could even say, okay, let us forget about the first one.
Yeah,
maybe
one
there
of
was
Gallagher.
no Gallagher, but the one of Nkunkun,
Yeah, he
that
stepped
was
on
clear.
him. Yeah, it was
and
clear.
that was the same.
And they had a review on it.
Again and again, and that was the same type of offense that was given penalty to Liverpool. But the shield stepped on Nunes.
Yes.
And the penalty was given to Liverpool. That was the same thing. You
So
know?
now, if you now come to ask, why was the first one awarded?
Given.
And why
I
was
think
this one second awarded?
favouritism is coming in.
No,
Of
not
course,
awarded.
of course, because I think some of these referees are fan to some teams.
I know,
and you will never know.
but you know, funny enough, is Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor has never blown in favour of Chelsea. No, to be very sincere, even the fans complain. Yeah, Ferdinand made a statement on Facebook. I saw it on Twitter. I said, if the penalties that Chelsea had was awarded to them, he doesn't think the game would have ended up to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, there were 2 clear penalties. He said Chelsea had 2 clear penalties that were denied, and the referee did not really do well. That if those penalties were awarded, the outcome of the game wouldn't have been the same. And if you want to look at it very well, this is football.
Yeah.
You know, a minute
Goals
can
can
change.
change.
Things can change. You know, things make things happen, and I can agree to him that maybe the outcome wouldn't have been like that. You know, having a goal, someone scoring you, and you're able to equalize immediately is a fighting spirit.
Yeah.
You know, igniting that spirit in
It's
you.
a comeback
It's a
spirit.
comeback
Yeah.
spirit. So it wasn't really fair on the Chelsea side, but well, it's football. Apart from that, the Chelsea team was not organized.
Yeah.
I would say that very, very clearly. They were not playing anything. I know they cannot hold the ball. A player cannot even hold the ball and know the next thing to do or know the next move to make.
Before you know, you lose
Before
possession.
you know, we lose position. And Liverpool were all, if you see the way Liverpool were tackling, you cannot compare it with the way Chelsea were tackling. You know, the Chelsea player, once the ball, before the ball gets to him, you have like 2-3 Liverpool charging forward.
Yeah.
So before you even hold the ball, you'll be
Even think.
confused what to do. But in the sense that when the ball is passed to a player and you allow the player to control the ball, relax,
And
and
think
think
of
of
what
what to do,
Yes.
and you just see one sluggish player running after the person, you know, and when you lose position, you cannot cover again, you just relax and allow it.
So let's just score. After all, it's 3 points.
You know, so it's bad. So the Chelsea wasn't really good. It wasn't good.
All right, to all our fans there, our Chelsea fans, I know they are feeling so sad because they might have been robbed by the referee, but we believe that the referee are humans and they're going to improve in their game. All right, on to yesterday, another exciting and wonderful exhibition was West Ham and Bournemouth. Bournemouth strike so early and West Ham had to equalize by Ward-Prowse. Another wonderful game was Wolves against Manchester United. This was a thriller. This was a wonderful game featuring 7 goals. Ambassador, when I was watching that game, when Manchester United were leading 2-0, I said to people I was watching the game with that, I am always scared when Man is leading 2-0 from this season. because I have noticed that when they are leading 1-0, they want to protect it with all their life. But when they are leading 2-0, they tend to come back and they get to concede, and before you know, they might even lose the game. We saw that they were leading 2-0 comfortably.
It almost happened.
Yes, it almost happened. They were leading 2-0 comfortably. Apart from the offside they had, they should have gotten up to 4 goals. Bruno Fernandes was very, very careless, and he could not even convert his chances apart from the offside. We noticed that as soon as they came back from the break, the coach of Wolves had spoken so many things into their ears, and they got the first goal 2-1. It was like a movie. The next thing, the coach of Manchester United made a very wonderful sub. We got 3-1. Before you know, he started pulling off players. We got in 3-2. 3-3, and 9 minutes of extra time was shown before Kobe Mino came to the rescue of Manchester United and made it 4-3. This is a very controversial match. Ambassador, what do you really think about Manchester United that is making them, when they are leading comfortably, they'll just throw the game out?
First of all, I want to commend the team. They have really stepped up their game. We saw, except for the fact that they are not really, charging opponent players. Like Brother Elijah said, in the Chelsea game, once the Chelsea players with the ball, you see 2-3 players charge you at the same time. That is what Manchester United is lacking.
Which they did last season.
Yeah, of course they did last season, but we're not seeing those stuffs this season. So apart from that, I think they are stepping up their games in terms of the attacking and fighting spirit, the attacking force. But what I see is they are playing like Arsenal of last season. Arsenal last season will attack you and forget their back.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that I've seen in Manchester United. They will attack you in full force, and the least counter attack you can score, because even the defense line, the midfielders, like the one, one of the double four that is supposed to be on the watch for a counter attack is being carried away. The 5 and 6. One of them is being carried away. You now notice that he has also moved close to the 18-yard area, and he's been carried away. The number 2 and 3 that are supposed to fall back in case of counter, they have overlapped. So this is the problem. I think they should have that defensive consciousness, that as we are all moving, let's be conscious that if there is any counter attack, like 3 players should be on standby, consciously on standby, so that you can charge the player that is with the ball, and while one person is charging the player that is free to receive the ball. So this is the problem of Manchester United that we saw yesterday, because otherwise, why would you concede 3 goals? Like from 2-0, you've conceded 3 goals. No? Yeah. So I think the coach should work on that.
All right. Let's move over to a very wonderful international friendly that took place yesterday. We had El Nassr against Inter Miami, and it was a disaster for Inter Miami. Messi's Inter Miami. 6-0 to El Nassr, Inter Miami nil, and we saw the huge celebration was done by the whole Arabians. But what can you say about El Nassr? 6. Ronaldo was on the stands and he was rejoicing from up the stands there because he was injured and he was out of the game. So imagine if Ronaldo had been in this game. It would have been massive.
It would have been 10-0.
It goes on to prove that the Arabian League is better than the MLS League. You understand? The one that Messi is playing in. Because I think we have some quality players, in the El Nassr.
Currently, the Inter Miami League has one of the best crops of players in the world.
No, it doesn't matter. We talk about the team playing together, not individual football. You know that the Inter Miami team really came to the limelight when Messi went over there. Messi, if you look at it, a game they play without Messi, they find it difficult to win. They find it very difficult to win. And now when you're playing, just imagine El Nassr playing without Cristiano Ronaldo, and they are able to score 6 goals. And like you've said, what if Cristiano Ronaldo was in the pitch? Well, at the same time,
given more assists and maybe more goals.
Now let's look at it from I want to look at it from another angle. If Cristiano Ronaldo would have been in the pitch, I think at some point the attention would have been drawn to Cristiano Ronaldo, and
giving another player the free space.
And they may not be able to score 6 goals like they have scored now.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Everybody will try to play the ball to Cristiano Ronaldo, and Cristiano Ronaldo will be tackled, and he will not have the chance to do what he's supposed to do. But now he's not in the pitch. They are now playing a collective football, team football, and with the little experience that we're getting, they are able to play past the other side and scoring up to 6 goals. So I think at some point, like we used to say, it's really not really nice to build a team around the player. At the time, yes, we know that these are star footballers. They could help the team. Of course, you always know when to turn up in difficult times. But it's not really nice to play everything on them. So it's just like what happened now. Maybe the American team, the Messi team, they are building the ball around Messi. And Messi here, maybe the El Nassr coach is okay. Look, Messi, if you can destabilize Messi, we'll win this game. And that is what they went in to do. They decided to hold Messi, and nobody could play anything, So, and they keep conceding and conceding and conceding. So, I think El Nassr, kudos to them. They have played very well. At the same time, if Ronaldo was in the pitch, of course,
definitely
he will score. He will be on the score sheet and also try to help the team. He's a good player. I think it was a really nice game for the both teams.
All right. Funny enough, the Inter Miami coach did not want to start Messi. He did not start Messi in that game. Messi came in the second half. And we saw when he came in the second half, he could not even still do anything. Marcel, what do you think?
You see, will I use my personal experience? But what I know coaches do is, once a big star like that wants to come on the pitch, if you watch very well, either the coach or one of his coaching staff will send signal to somebody. It is just like telling somebody, hey, your former duty is over. Now take on this person. It's as simple as that, and you see that, and even the players themselves, they will know that this man we don't come here. Alpha, this one talk to this one, this one talk to this one. Yeah, more do like this. So we are leading, and this man coming on is a threat to us. So what are we going to do? That's the work of the team captain, and before you know it, they will do something about it. So I think that was the reason why Messi was not able to, see the back of the net or even provide a good assist.
It was really, really, really tough and sad. The celebration of the shoe was the biggest one. The whole stadium was filled with shoe. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's go to the main event of today, the AFCON, the first leg of the quarterfinals. Nigeria against Angola. This is the biggest one, and the whole federation is rooting for Nigeria to make sure that they proceed to the next round. But funny enough, most of our Western brothers are not supporting us. I don't know what's going on. Like the Ghana's, Cameroon, which is central, they're not supporting us. What's going on, Ambassador?
If you ask me, well, I think because they have crashed out. But it's not always like that in the case of Nigeria, If Nigeria had crashed out,
the
whole country will support somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe if Ghana was still on Cameroon, will support Cameroon since or Ghana rather.
Very close.
They are close to us.
Even Cameroon is close.
They're closest now.
But
you're not supporting
I don't know
us.
why it's like that. But all things being equal, as a Nigerian,
yes,
my heart is
True
skipping.
Nigeria.
Well, there is one thing I've seen in the Nigerian team. Their confidence is building by the day, and we see that the thing we were talking about earlier. Once an opponent team, we saw it in the Cameroon game. Once a Cameroon player has the ball, like 2-3 players come to charge for the ball, and we are seeing that teamwork in the Nigerian team. So I just pray that they should show it up against Angola. I don't see Angola winning to this match.
Definitely. No. We will not see that coming.
we are not seeing that coming. But Victor Osimhen made a statement on social media. He said, the Nigerian team have not played their best yet.
Yes.
He said that.
That's the truth.
No, and I was wondering what he was trying to talk about when he said that.
He's saying the truth because the quality of the Nigerian team cannot be undermined in this tournament.
They have not played their
definitely,
best.
Senegal is out, Morocco is out. So who is there?
So I think, if you want to, I think this is an opportunity for Nigeria to go out and grab the trophy and come back, because maybe the teams that I would have think would be obstacle, have been crashed out. But even at that, you don't underestimate anything. We still have South Africa in the game. We still have Mali, and of course the Angola team we are playing is a very good side. Nigerians just need to be very careful. They need to be very, very careful, consistent in their attack. Even while you're attacking, you need to watch their back, because this Angolan side, I think I've watched their match. They are very, very fast. So I think as a Nigerian, as a true Nigerian, I wish them to win. Of course, we want them to win. At least let them get the trophy and come back. so that they can start from there, and at least it will be a plus to our new president's era.
Wonderful, wonderful. Basile, what is your scoreline for today's game?
2-0 in favor of Nigeria.
2-0. That's nice. So, what do you think?
Well, I'll be very, very realistic. If Nigeria is winning that game, it's just going to be one goal. Just a goal.
I'm seeing more than just a goal. And I am hoping today that Victor Osimhen gets on the score sheet today. Like, I really want Osimhen to score a goal, like, so that he can calm the pressure down.
But tell me whether he scores or not.
His contribution alone.
That guy is one attacking player that draws the attention of
everybody.
No, the two centre backs all to himself.
The work rate is high.
If you see the first goal against Cameroon,
yes,
that was what happened.
Yes.
He drew the attention of two centre backs to himself, while he laid the pass to someone else to score. So whether he scores or not.
All right, we are hoping that today Nigeria makes us happy. When you're going to watch the game, go with a seatbelt, get water, because it's going to be high. I was shocked when a woman told me on Wednesday that, are you aware Nigeria is going to play on Friday? I said, wow, that means
everybody's in the game.
Everybody's in the game. We are now together. Yes. We are now together. Even a small child knows that we are together.
Sorry to cut you in. I saw something yesterday on Twitter where the Nigerian goalkeeper was like, he's thanking everybody for supporting him in his trying time, that he hopes that he will try and do his best. So someone replied and said, all these things you are saying, that's not what you want to hear. Are you going to be in the post
or not
on Friday or not? If you are not, tell us. Let us continue.
Yes.
Let us go back to our church and continue the prayer.
All right, I'm going to be signing out. We are hoping that Wabali is going to be in the post today, because no way. And our predictions are going to come out right. So see you all by 6 p.m. Nigerian time as we support the Super Eagles to a very fantastic and wonderful victory. Until we come your way again next week. Bye-bye.
Television.